Are you ready? Am I ready? Is anybody ready? That is quite a big question. Lots of other questions coming up tonight, I'm sure. But hello, guys, and welcome. Big welcome to everyone in the chat, and a massive welcome to all you guys who are watching when this video is uploaded, and it becomes an upload as soon as the stream finishes. But here we are. I missed last Friday's live. Ever so sorry, the internet wasn't working, but here we are, ready to rock. Adrienne, thank you very much indeed for that super chat donation, which I just caught there. Very much appreciated. It makes all the difference. So with us so far, we've got Vivian, we've got Kat May, Linda Bishop, Mrs. Tyler J, hello to you. Hello to all of you, actually. It's really good to have you with us. And see some chat is going on already. This is always good. And here's something I really want to kick off with tonight, actually. Kat, absolute truth here. If someone is constantly posting the same question and looks like he or she is behaving like a troll, click on the three dots to the right of their text field for a menu of options. And I'll leave the options to you guys who are moderators. And we've got some new moderators who I shall read out in a minute. Hi, Kat Mama, by the way. What I'd really like to do, if possible, is just to use the one which is hide user from channel. That way they can't take part in the actual chat, but they can watch the video. If they got a problem with that, they can email me, basically. I think that's about the best I can do, really. Obviously, if someone's really obnoxious, like there was someone with a very nasty name who came in at right at the end of the last one on Wednesday, you know, with an obscene word in their name, let's just block them out and, you know, say goodbye to them, basically. That's where it's at. Hi, Sam, and Adrienne. Twig Brother, I am driving home by the time you see this. Have a wonderful Freaky Friday night show. Hugs all, and hugs from us to you, Adrienne. I am sure Donna is with us. Holly is here as well. It's all looking pretty good. Jane the Seeker, hi to you. I can actually say good evening because it's just about evening in all parts of the States at the moment. So this is good. Hi, Donna. And scrolling down, Melanie's here as well. Nice to have you with us live, Melanie. Thanks so much for joining us. Hey. Hi, hey. Sandy G. I thought you... Oh, great. And you've made it, Sandy. No, you haven't, because I've just clicked on the wrong thing. Right, yeah, you've made it, Sandy. This is good news. Well, I'll tell you what, I've just emailed you an answer to that question. And hi, Martin, by the way, as well. I've just emailed you an answer to that question, right? But what I picked up psychically is that the problem there wasn't anything kind of aggressive or against you. It was something around the silver cord kind of thing that holds you back when you might be going off astral traveling. It's the angels looking after you, basically. But we can talk some more about that when your reading comes up. Jane the Seeker says, I'm looking well this evening. Well, thank you, Jane. I did actually get another webcam. The last webcam I was using was just no fun at all, and really it wasn't looking all that good. And I had to have lights absolutely blazing, which just kind of gets a bit wearing. I love doing the lives, but the lights were burning me out a bit. And this is just the light in my room. This webcam is really doing well for that. So brilliant. We seem to have good sound as well. We're all talking so far, so everything looks pretty good. And of course, it's full moon weekend. Uranus went retrograde on, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, the 19th. So much happened, so many videos. And thanks all who've been supporting the Astro Truth channel, which is my other YouTube channel for Astro Truth, where I started posting astrology videos again. I'm not the world's greatest astrologer, but I know birth charts. I'm willing to stand up and say, or sit down and say, I know birth charts. And I just research all these things as they're happening. That seems a real good way to learn more and go deeper with astrology. So thanks for all your support and help with that. But yeah, so many videos. Uranus went retrograde and is going to be retrograde for 153 days now. Right through until the beginning of next year. But Uranus retrograde is a lot less trouble, actually, than Uranus direct. That's the way Uranus works. Oh, did you see the autofocus go weird there? I did. Never mind. maybe it'll settle down. I hope it does. And we're coming up to the full moon in Aquarius on Sunday, the 22nd, and that's going to be in 29 degrees of Aquarius. Very, very powerful time. I'll be live again on Sunday, God willing, internet willing, and all being well, which I should think it probably will be, because the guy next door is driven away. He's not there all the time. He just comes for holidays, and he's driven away and not come back. And it's now just after 11 p.m. in UK, so I don't think he's coming back tonight, unless he's gone to a party or something. But I think we're safe, basically. I think we're really pretty safe. Now then, let me just see. Luke Hart, mods put a time out for no reason. All I ask is that girl in my future flying to me soon. Well, Luke, my friend, I did answer that question the other night, right? And I think I might have even answered it once before. I can't remember. I know I answered that question the other night. And I'm sorry, but if you don't trust my guides, or if you think I'm a rubbish psychic, I don't know what you're doing back here asking me that question again. Okay? I honestly can't remember what I said the other night, but I know I answered it, right? I don't mean to be rude about it, but I've just, I've got to stand up for my spirit guides. They put a lot of work into this as well as I do. I'm grounded, I'm protected through their love and through their energy. So, it was a positive answer. I remember that, Luke. Yeah, there is a girl in your future flying to you soon, for sure. I remember that much about it. And I'm sure we all wish you well with that, my friend. Okay. Now then. Holly's saying the 22nd August, powerful day. Yeah, because it is that big full moon, isn't it? Yes, and I certainly will pull a card for the collective. If you saw the Freaky Friday read today, I did actually pull a Moonology card as a significator for that, which is on top of the deck, so I'll show it to you. But I'll pull another one for this live, because this is a different live. Card we got, adjustments are required, third quarter moon. So that is a waxing moon, a third quarter moon. So that's actually pretty close to what's happening right at this moment. Yes, Martin, people think if they ask it enough times, they hope it'll come true. And I can't really blame people, for wanting more and more proof of these things, to be honest. It's only if you really do this work that you get to know how absolutely accurate and genuine the spirit guides are. And I don't blame people for questioning it. And I'm, really not trying to be nasty about it, but I just can't keep doing the same question again and again, because it slows the show up. And there are people with fresh questions who are really desperate for answers. So that's all I'm saying about that anyway. Right. Here is the Moonology card for right now for this session tonight. And I have pulled it thinking about the 22nd of August, this Sunday coming, when we get that big full moon in Aquarius. But here it is. This is tonight's one. I'll be live again on Sunday, so I'll pull another one then. But this is tonight's one. Be bold and make the first move. This camera doesn't focus all that well, actually. Maybe you can see that. I hope you can. But be bold and make the first move, all right? Sometimes to make stuff happen, to manifest things, you've got to do more than just kind of, sit and meditate and manifest and visualize and believe. That's the core of it. But you've got to be willing to go out there and make it happen as well, I so often say this, guys, that there is, in your home, wherever you are now, I would like to hope, I think it's true of just about everyone in the world now, there is some kind of electricity, there is some kind of light. There's got to be electricity or you wouldn't be watching the internet. Now, unless you flick the light switch, the light doesn't come on, even though all the power is there. So be bold, make the first move to actually get things moving, to actually get things happening. That's the way to do it. Okay, Seti is with us. Hello, Seti. Nice to have you along. And a lot of is in the attitude of the question. Yep, know what you mean, Martin. I totally know what you mean. And Kat May, yeah, I know you come from a very kind of spiritual background, actually. And yeah, your aunt was a medium, so you grew up knowing it was real. This is it. It's a great blessing. When I first came into it, I had no idea how real it was. I've been reading tarot since about 1985, I believe it was, sort of in the mid-1980s. And for all the world, I thought what had happened was I decided to buy a tarot deck. And hi, Sharon Sipe, by the way. Great to have you with us. I just thought, well, it's my choice. I've gone out and bought the tarot deck. You know, the cards aren't magic. I'll just have to sort of learn what they mean, etc., etc. And it's true, the cards themselves aren't magic, but just being drawn to want to start reading the tarot is actually something going on. There's a spiritual force actually guiding you and leading you towards making that decision to buy that deck. And those same guides will work with you, and they'll be with you all through your experience. And then again, when I discovered spiritualist mediumship, I really had no idea how accurate it was until one day I went to a spiritualist church. I'd never been to one before. I'd learned it all online up to that point. And I was a little bit late. It took me a while to park the car, but I got there just after it had started, and they let me in. And the medium started talking to me straight away, and she described my father, you know, and that's amazing enough. But what amazed me even more was this is in West Wales, and I grew up in the northeast of England, and my father has never been to this part of Wales. He passed away before I came here, so he'd never been here. But she described him exactly, and the message that came through was very exact. And I suddenly realized, whoa, this gift of mediumship is, wow, you know, really amazing thing. But unless you're lucky enough to have experiences like that, you're going to question it. It's natural. And, you know, that's the way we're made. That's the way the Creator actually brought us into this world in that frame of mind. So, yeah, unless we're very lucky and until we have the big experiences, I can understand, you know, people don't exactly believe stuff and want to ask again and again. But we got to keep the flow going, you know. This is it's a very mystical thing. And I'm delighted with the amount of sort of mystical people and healers and readers who actually come into the chat on these videos and who watch the videos, because we teach each other that way. I learned so much from doing this. It's wonderful. And I know there's a lot of healing going back and forth between people. It's absolutely great. But yeah, we got to remember not everyone has that same gift. It's a fact. Let's come to Stephen. Thanks for being with us, Stephen. It's good to see you. Right. My day wasn't good yesterday. Oh, no. Any backlash from my manager? Mistake resulted in a customer losing money. Unusually, they just move on from... Oh, sorry. Usually, they just move on from that. Okay. I don't feel there's any more repercussions coming, Stephen. I think you would have been spoken to. If you haven't, someone will speak to you. I can see someone speaking to you. Hopefully it's already happened. But what I'm feeling very strongly is that it's a mistake that actually couldn't be helped, you know. I don't think you would have made that mistake if you could possibly have avoided it. And Ragdon, thank you very much for that super chat. I will be with you in, you know, like pretty short time really, but I'm going to work on Stephen's question till we get the answer. Okay, well, I've turned over a card for you, right? Two have fallen out, as often happens. First one, 9 of Pentacles, so great abundance there. Okay, sometimes with the 9 of Pentacles, there's a warning to make sure you haven't left something behind. So do think over that. I mean, if you apologize, or have you taken steps to make sure that it doesn't happen again, because that's really what your boss is going to want to know. Next card that came out is the King of Wands. Okay, there's a big show going on there, but the King of Wands never shares the details exactly of how it works. He's a very kind-hearted character, though, Stephen, and he sounds to me like your boss. That's the energy I feel is going on there. I feel he's going to be kind about it. Okay, because I do feel that you're doing pretty well in that job. I think they actually value you there. Yeah, and that's a psychic feeling, and that's what those cards suggest to me as well. But first one I got there was the 9 of Pentacles, and that is so where it's at in terms of work and abundance and, you know, the need to make a living. That's where it's at, and that's how it works. So good luck with it, Stephen. You know, say a prayer. Maybe ask the angels to help if you need to, but I think you're going to be all right there, my friend. I really do. Ragdon, thank you so much for that super chat. Will I get another job before I lose this job? Let's take a look. Okay. There's something in this situation that you're not actually seeing clearly. Okay, see if we get some more info from the cards on this one. Yeah, okay. Four of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles are always good when it's a question about employment because it's about how we make our money. They're about abundance. They are also about money, though, as well as all the spiritual thing and the fact that they're about grounding, and it's the earth sign energy of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn kind of energy we're looking at here. Very earthy, okay? So try not to worry about it. The big problem here is this mouse is scared of something and hiding in the teapot. Well, we know hiding in a teapot for a mouse isn't really a good course of action because what happens is someone wants to make a cup of tea and either they see the mouse and kill it, or they pour boiling water in without looking and kill the mouse anyway. So it's no good kind of hiding, basically. I don't know exactly what that's got to do with the job that you're thinking about. And I know you've got your eye on a job. I believe that's a job you would actually like. But I'm going to ask the pendulum now. I think that's really the way to go. In fact, I'm sure that is the way to go. All right, but be bold, and actually be bold and make the first move, which was the first card I pulled in this session today, just 16 minutes ago. Wow, how time flies. Right, oh, pendulum chain has got a quick knot in it. Let's just undo that. Did you like how quickly I undid that knot? I was impressed with that. Does Ragdon get another job before she loses this job, please? Yes, you do. Pendulum says yes. Pendulum says yes, but make the first move on it. Start looking, actively looking for something, okay? The angels have got something up their sleeve. They really have, Ragdon. Thanks so much for that super chat. Really, I really appreciate it, and best of luck with it. Joe's Mystics, thanks for your super chat too. Very kind of you. Did I make the right choice by telling my ex to leave and breaking things off? I think we're going to get a yes for that. My psychic senses are pushing me in that direction. Let's pick up the pendulum. Let's use this pendulum this time, because something is healing. I was going to say something needs to heal, and I was prompted to say something is actually healing. There is something going on to kind of make the situation better. Did you make the right choice? It's going to be okay, right? What I got there was a no, followed immediately by a yes. Now, that is a bit like sat-nav from the spirit world. You know, if you've got sat-nav in your car and you kind of overshoot where you were supposed to turn off, it'll keep saying, please turn round, please turn round, please turn round. And then when you don't turn around, eventually it gives up and it guides you there from where you are now. So it may not have been the best of decisions, but it's going to be all right, okay? The spiritual forces, the angels, etc., because there's so much spiritual force going on, it's hard to name them all individually. But, you know, the spirit realms have your back and are going to make it okay. Now then, yeah, King of Pentacles, sharing a feast here. The thing to do is kind of share what you have. Make use of what you have as well. That's what the King of Pentacles is all about. And in this deck, he's the Mad Hatter. And he's so resourceful, he's using his hat as an advertisement for the fact that he makes hats. Yeah, he's got a head, so he might as well put one of his hats on it. Yeah, I used to make walking sticks, and I used to always walk around with one of my own walking sticks. Just people say, that's a nice stick, and so well, I'll sell you one. And sometimes it worked. So what's that got to do with your question, Joe? Well, the bottom line is, you know, things are going to change. It wasn't the best thing you could really have done, but it's going to heal. Okay, I'm not saying that your relationship is going to come back and be everything it was before, because obviously there was something wrong. And the other side of the King of Pentacles is there's a conveyor belt of abundance. So it's just as well that you've moved on, but something else is coming in, something good's coming in, and it's all going to be fine, really, because that's 3 Pentacles cards in a row. It's looking really positive, you know, and, you know, abundance. It's not just going to be someone else comes along. There's going to be some work involved, but it's going to be good, Joe. Hope that helps you, and sure, we all send you some love with that and some, you know, some good wishes good wishes, but visualize what you want, believe what you want, and keep seeing it as a good outcome. If you don't know exactly what you want, if you don't know exactly which way to take it, just visualize a bright light around the whole situation. Can be any color you want. Purple's a good one, but you know, pure clear sunlight is an even better one, really. Sophia, welcome, and thank you so much for that super sticker. Also, R has just done a super sticker for 19. Oh, it's Racton. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. Really appreciate this, guys. You know, I try not to be money based, and if you haven't got money, don't worry. Just keep on asking your questions and stuff, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. It's just, you know, we all need money to keep going. And when someone puts a super chat up or sends a super sticker, I'll go to them pretty quickly, because the super stickers appear at the top of my screen and they disappear after a couple of minutes. And I don't want to miss anyone out when they've very kindly done that. You know, but I'm here for everyone. Not everyone's got money, and a big reason why I do these live videos is that I do earn money from readings all the time. This and astrological birth charts. This is really my job, you know, and I like to make sure there's something out there for people who can't keep on forking out money. That is absolutely fair enough, but your support is very welcome when it comes, friends. And scrolling along the bottom of the screen, ko-fi.com/twig, which is my coffee page. You can donate through that if you'd like to support me. Also paypal.me/twig brother, another way to support the channel. Very much appreciated, guys. And here's the thing. Lisa has put up on the screen there, or I've put it on the screen. She put it in the chat, but it's a good one to go on the screen. Hey, friends, please give a follow to a friend of Andy, Sheila at Inquisitive Tarot. Yeah, she's good. She's got nice, positive energy. I like her a lot. I like her readings. I like her videos. So, yeah, follow her, you know, see what happens. See what you think. She's a great reader, Sheila. And welcome, by the way, Sheila Inquisitive. It is really nice to have you with us. It really is. Okay, so Lupita has a question, which I'm trying to put on the screen, and it's not going on the screen. Yes, got it on the screen at last. Hi, Lupita. Will my employer be closing down anytime soon? Will I be unemployed? 2 questions there. Let's see where we get. I think they're both pretty good pendulum questions, but we'll look at the tarot as well. Will my employer be closing down anytime soon? That's the wrong pendulum. Will my employer be closing down anytime soon, please? It's giving me a no. She's going back and forth, no circle to it. Will I be unemployed? This one twirls on the string a bit before it settles into doing something. It's giving me a circle. Right, a circle is for yes. It's an anti-clockwise circle, right? But I've sort of got this thing worked out with my spirit guides that because screens tend to flip on different devices, particularly going through YouTube, and it's filtered through StreamYard and my laptop and the webcam, sometimes it comes out flipped. So a circle is a yes, whichever way it's going. That was an anti-clockwise circle. So everything is not what it seems, Lupita. Let's take a look. The star. Right. What you've really got to do, Lupita, is try and be on your best behavior and like put your best foot forward. Show the best of yourself to your employer and show that to the world as well. Okay. Because I feel that even if your employer did shut down, as long as you heed that, show your best side to the world all the time. You'll have other people wanting to employ you because you've got skills, Lupita. I'm being told you've got skills. You're not someone who's going to have to work as a fry cook just because you've got to get any job. There are people who would want to employ you if it goes that way. Okay. So, yeah, it's looking fine to me. It's bound to be stressful. You know, I really don't blame you if you still feel stressy after that. But cards are saying don't worry, pendulums are saying don't worry. So I hope you won't worry. I really do hope you won't worry. Sheila Inquisitive says, I think because I read my own cards, Sam, not sure what to ask. My questions are a bit personal. Fair enough. I know the feeling. It's crazy when you're a reader, isn't it? Because you can do this for people all day long, but it's very difficult to read for yourself. I was in a relationship that ended badly donkey's years ago now, and I'm long over it. This was in, my gosh, when was it? 2007, 2008. And she left me and I was devastated. So I did a tarot reading. And the tarot reading, when I look back on it now, if I'm really honest, the reading I did for myself said she wasn't coming back. But it said it in a way that suggested that it didn't matter. And I thought, does it not matter because she's not coming back? Or does it not matter in that whatever mistake I made is going to heal and she'll be back? Really, really tricky. Really tricky. My cards kick me in the pants. I know the feeling. And yeah, I also understand why you like it like that. We get better at this. And Lupita's saying thank you. Well, you're very welcome. Everyone is welcome, Lupita. And I really appreciate your question too. Hi, Ron. Mr. Unconditional Love is here. You, sir, should have a spanner. And this reminds me, we have some new moderators. And if you'd like to be a moderator, do let me know. I don't just hand spanners out willy-nilly. I wait and see if people actually want to do it. But I've made you a moderator. I sort of got the impression you'd like that, Ron, on the last one. So that's what I've done. Also, Yukta is a moderator. Red Hat Society is a moderator. Vivian is now a moderator. And Mrs. Tyler J, whose name, maybe I can use your name, but maybe I shouldn't. You said I could use your name, but I don't know if you meant live and, in videos like this. So Mrs. Tyler J is a moderator too, and very welcome. So welcome all our new moderators. Please do respect the moderators. Makes the world a difference. The better vibe we have, the more everyone respects each other. Just things work better that way. They're bound to. Now, I'm looking for, I think it's Seascape or, no, it's Cat Mama. Maybe Seascape will join us later. I saw this and I was drawn to it. So I'm coming to you right now, Cat Mama. Andy, any messages from the universe for me? I bet the universe has got messages. Now, I was thinking about you the other day, Cat Mama, right, Claudia? I was thinking about you the other day. Remember when very sadly your cat, your lovely grey long-haired cat, I think it's Fred was his name, went over the Rainbow Bridge. Now, I did say at that time that there was another cat coming to you, and I knew that you've already got cats. I wasn't just thinking this was to sort of heal your loneliness. I'm just wondering, did another cat turn up? It was Fred. Great. If another cat didn't turn up yet, there's another cat coming to you, right? I'm really sure of that. There is another cat coming into your life. And in some ways, you can never have too many cats. I did actually have 18 cats once, and I think that was rather too many cats. Not really responsible. I just had a stroke, and everyone gave me their stray cats to look after. Word went round that I was a cat man because I had 2 cats. And I just ended up inundated with cats. And I had to get the Cats Protection League to come and take them, most of them away. And I just ended up with 2 again, which was all a bit unhappy, all a bit sad, really. But it was great having those cats around all that time. Cat Mama, card for you, Awakening. Now, this new webcam is not that good at images. It takes it a while to focus. Let's just see. You're going to focus, new webcam? It's trying. See, this character's just letting go and floating free. Awakening is what the card says. I'm going to have to look at it because I can't read it in my screen. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Now, Claudia, I know you're very highly developed on a spiritual level, like so many of us in this wonderful group, actually, are blessed to be. But, there's no limit to how far you can go. And you are going through experiences that are awakening you. I've seen some of the things you put on Facebook in the last few days, because we're Facebook friends too. And I'm not going to go public with those because it's kind of semi-private, isn't it? It's for Facebook friends. But I know that all those experiences you're talking about are to do with this awakening. And it does say a new way of being. So there's some adaptation for you to do. Some say adaption, but I still say it the old way. Adaptation. I just kind of like it that way, you know. But yeah, so sad about Fred. I'm sure he's close around you, you know. I'm really sure he's close around you. Whenever I do mediumship, I like to give a bit of a message, just so there's some evidence in there, okay? And I'm not hearing anything from Fred, but I can just see him standing there looking at me, you know. So he's there in spirit, and I'm sure he's close around you too, as well. And I've developed this with animals since about, my gosh, it was about 2012 the first time I really saw an animal in spirit. And it's like there's this hole that they look through. It's like they don't understand that they're looking into another world, but on another level, they do understand. Crazy. But yeah, Fred is there. Fred is very grateful, actually. And I think you said he was a rescue cat, but he's letting me know you saved him from something. You saved him from more than you think you saved him from, really, you know, because it wasn't just that he needed rescuing. He was kind of unloved. You gave him a lot of love. Sure about that. Yeah. So yeah, he's saying something. I'm just not hearing it properly. But he's looking right at me, and he's looking right at you as well. It's as if they've got a webcam up there and they like peer into it. I don't think they can see what's on the other side exactly, but that's just the webcam part of it. You know, they can see you with their, you know, astral eyes, whatever they are. Who knows? We never get to find out half this stuff until we go to the other side. But hey, it's a mystery, isn't it? That's what mysticism is all about. There's an English movie, I forget what it's called. It's got Rowan Atkinson in it, and he's a priest in it, and he's giving his sermon, and he says, God is a mystery, get used to it. Very true thing. Very true thing. Sam says it's impossible to start a chat tonight, and feed is running too fast even to say hello to everyone. Oh, well, there you go. There's a big hello to everyone from Sam, and Sam, and all the moderators, of course. Big thanks for everything you do here, because you are a part of things and you do make it worse. What? Sorry, it's because I'm reading the chat. You do make it a lot better. You don't make it worse at all. You make it brilliant, Sam. Oh, yeah, the chart is moving very quickly. I saw the word worse and it's disappeared. I'm not going to spend the whole night searching for the word worse. That's no good. Okay, Jane the Seeker, our dog that we put to sleep for a few months ago visits me every morning. Wonderful that you're able to feel that and know that in your heart, Jane. Yeah, that's a wonderful thing. I've always been a cat guy myself. You know, they talk about cat ladies. I'm a cat gentleman. I've just got a thing about cats, always have had. There's a little cat in the house where I grew up. From the time I was a baby, she was older than me, and her name was Polly. And then we had no more cats ever in the house. And after I joined the Air Force, I got a cat. I was in the Air Force and I had a cat that used to come and visit me called Gus. And since then, there's just been more and more cats in my life. I absolutely love them. Yeah, a cat cam, cat mama. There is definitely a cat cam thing going on there. Right. So brother can put the chat on delay in YouTube on a different device. I honestly don't know how to do that, Adrienne. But yeah, strange that it's running so fast. Actually, possibly one reason is we've got 32 people online, and I think at one point we had 33, and usually it's more like 10 or 20. Well, I'm delighted the channel's growing, but sadly, and we're years away from this yet, light years really. But one day when I get like, you know, Celtic Tarot Sheila or Danny or someone like that, or actually Sheila Inquisitive even. You get so many people on the chat you can't really keep up, and it gets difficult to do individual questions, you know. That day is coming one day, and I guess we've moved a little bit closer to that day. But Stephen is saying Scroll up and you freeze the chat scroll until you scroll back to the bottom. Yeah, fair point. Yeah, actually. Yeah, I can do that. But I end up missing half the stuff that comes in at the bottom. So I get left behind a bit that way as well. But that's a real good point, actually. Yeah. Adrienne says the chat isn't fast on my end. That's got to be good news. That's got to be good news. Oliver is with us. Hello, Oliver. Hello, Sir Oliver. Good evening and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, whatever it is in your part of the world, Oliver. Great to have you with us. Any advice to me for the upcoming exam this November? I think I read for you on this before, and I think it was going to go well, but that is certainly a legitimate question. That's the best thing you can ask for from Spirit is advice, okay? Because I'll give you that again and again, and I'll very often give you a different angle on it again and again too. Right, okay. Speaking of two cards have come out here, Oliver. What we've got here is Page of Swords, holding up a sword. Swords are all about big decisions. They're also about thinking, lots of thinking going on, which happens when you're studying. Now, can you see this White Rabbit character here has got a scroll in the other hand? And thank you very much for that donation, by the way. Who was that? Caroline, thank you very much for that donation. I really appreciate that. Very kind of you. But yeah, he's holding up a sword, so there's thinking, and he's holding up a scroll. This just says revise really hard, learn as much as you can. And on a psychic level, I want to add to that, don't just revise the stuff you've been taught. Try and sort of look around the subject, understand the subject in a bigger way, Maybe even look into one aspect of it, so you've kind of got an extra string to your bow. I know that exam's going to go well, though, because I'm sure I read about it before, and this card dropped out at the same time. It's White Rabbit again. This time he's the Three of Wands, and those ships coming in are bringing in exactly what he deserves, and it's looking pretty good. So it looks like your ship's coming in, Oliver. It's looking pretty good. But the Page of Swords, really, just kind of learn as much as you can. The pages are a youthful energy. They're an energy that can grow. And so your energy in that whole situation can grow too. Good luck with it, Oliver. I wish you all the best. I think you're going to do great things once you pass that exam. It looks to me like you're going to pass it big style as well. Hello, Twainer. So nice to have you with us, Twainer. Great to see you on the chat there. And Oliver, you're very welcome, sir. Thank you indeed for putting your trust in us here and bringing your energy. You bring nice energy with you, Oliver. Good to have you with us. It really is. Okay, guys. Now then, could it be that I've missed questions? If anyone's asked a question that I haven't answered yet, please go ahead and ask it again. If it's a good question, you're allowed to ask it again and again. It's just like when it's like, what color hair is my girlfriend gonna have? Or maybe what color hair is what color hair has my girlfriend already got? Just like testing the psychic. Sorry, guys, I don't like those ones. But if it's a good question, you can ask it again. It's cool. It's really cool. It certainly is. Okay. Now, I notice, what have we done there? Sandy. Right. Hey. Wonderful. Thank you very much for that donation with the super chat there. Used to get more psychic experience when you were younger. I'll come to that question. Hey. Okay, I'm going to go with Sandy at the moment because I was just sort of drawn to put her on the screen right then. But I'll come to that in a minute. Okay. Right, Sandy, can you tell what happened to my little parakeet? She disappeared 2 days ago. Ooh. Right, she is okay, Sandy. I'm wondering if she's going to make her way back to you. She's just kind of flown off. I don't think she's lost. It doesn't feel like she's lost. It doesn't feel like she's in any distress. She's just gone a wandering with that sort of birdie mind that they have, A farmer once told me when all the cows escaped from the field, he didn't blame them. They see one cow escape and they just follow it. It's just, it's instinct. It's what they do. They don't know what they're doing. And, all animals are very spiritual, but they don't have a human mindset, And what's happened is she's just kind of wandered off. Don't think she's in any danger. I'm going to ask the pendulum if she'll be back. Will she be back, please, pendulum? Just let it twirl on the string a minute before it starts doing its thing. Yes, it's going to be a while, according to the pendulum, Sandy. That was a very tiny circle, so not that much energy behind it, but it's a yes. Okay, I think it really is going to take time, though. I hope that works out. And I'm sure we're all kind of praying that she will actually stay safe there as well. Now, I've just lost the question. Thanks so much for this super chat, by the way. Okay. Oh, Sheila Inquisitive, that is very kind of you. Thank you so much. And yeah, I love your energy too. Great stuff. So now, where was I going to go? Someone sent a super chat. I've forgotten who it was now. It was a spiritual question, it was. Scrolling and looking for it. Oh, where has that super chat gone? Sorry, lady who sent the super chat. One of our regulars, I know. It moves so fast I can't remember. But please ask that question again. It was a spiritual development question, wasn't it? Please ask that again, right? And I'll come straight to you. I want to work on that. Okay. Right. Mrs. Allison, hey, thanks for joining us. What do you call it when injuries in a dream state are still felt and appear when you wake up? Do you know why this is happening more in these times? Wow, that's a very deep question. Very deep question and very interesting one to talk about, actually. I don't honestly know what you call it. What I do know about this is that in the dream state, we are astrally traveling naturally. This came up with Sandy G earlier, actually. In the dream state, we always travel astrally. We don't always remember the dreams, but we do that every night. Okay. Now there's a thing that we call the silver cord, which you've probably heard. I think everyone's probably heard of that. And when you astral travel, the silver cord won't let you go too far. The more you astrally travel, the more experience you have, and the more grounded you are. That's important to remember. The more grounded you are, the more the silver cord will stretch and the further you will be able to fly. Sometimes, though, for your own good, for your own benefit, the silver cord twangs you back. And that can be really, it can be uncomfortable, put it that way. And it tends to make you wake up very suddenly. So you're still kind of in that dream state, even though you're awake. I had a dream. I've had several dreams like it, but you know what? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, guys. You wake up and it's as if the thing in the dream is still real. Sometimes it's bad. I once dreamt that I was on death row in California. I've never been to America, but I dreamt I was on death row in California, and it was like going to be the next day that I was going to fry. I was going to go to the chair, and I woke up, realised I was at home in the north of England where we don't have the death penalty, realised I hadn't murdered anyone or committed any crime, and I still felt as if I was going to the chair for a good 10 minutes after I woke up. Just the way it is. Thing to do is write the dream down, okay? And this is why I think it's happening more in these times, is we're getting information in the dreams, because we have to rely on the dreams much more than we rely on the world around us, the media around us, okay? To give a real world example, at the moment, Apple are going to release an update, and it's going to make a backdoor into your iPhone. Now, they say they're doing this to defend children from pedophiles, and I'm sure all of us are really big style in favor of protecting children from pedophiles. So it's a great thing in so many ways. But they're going to use that back door. They're going to sell your information. This is Apple we're talking about. Steve Jobs is on the other side now. We know they're going to sell that information. It's absolutely crazy. Food is disappearing off the shelves at the moment. It's hard for places to stock up. They're telling us everything is fine. On past experience, everything might be fine. It might all work out, but I've got a pantry stocked up. I'm sure a lot of you guys have too. It makes sense to make some preparations. So now more than any time in history, we really can't rely on not just governments, but the internet, the powers that be, the authorities, the people that run things. There are no certainties anymore from them, or just nothing in life is certain the way it used to be. So we have to rely more and more on our spiritual connections and our angels, our guardians, our guides, and our gatekeepers, which we all have, and they will communicate in dreams. That's why it's happening more in these times. Okay, I realize I haven't fully thoroughly answered your question there, Alison, but that's the best I can come up with, honestly. An interesting talking point, if ever there was one. Lisa says human inventions have always had been double-edged sword in terms of benefits and drawbacks. I couldn't agree more. Absolutely. Ooh, things are moving fast. Seascape, I am native-born Californian, never going to leave the beaches. Fair enough. Makes me chuckle a bit because there's a housing estate a few miles down the road called the Beaches, and I was very keen to leave there when I was there. No offense if anyone's listening on the Beaches, it's just the way it was going down at the time. Okay, I'm still looking for that question. Someone sent a blue sticker, it was, and she asked a question and I've lost it. I really want to answer that question because it was an interesting one. Let's go to April at this point. Anyway, do type your question in if you sent that super chat and I missed it. I really want to get to that one. It was interesting. Something about spirit guides, so I'm keen to do it. April. Of course you might ask a question, my friend. What are shadow people and why would you see them? Wow. Okay. The only thing I really feel I can say about that, April, is that sometimes when mediums are training or just coming into it, just, that our guides are developing that gift, because we go into development, but it's our guides who develop us. Sometimes when I've been running a spiritual circle and teaching, it's come to me to tell someone that they see the shadows, and in that instance, it's just that they're developing. Maybe they can already see spirit people, but they're seeing spirit people in a new way. Something else is developing, and they see the shadows. That's the only thing I know hard and fast about that, to be honest. The other side of it is that in terms of spirit guides and guidance and learning, we all have a shadow self, and sometimes there are shadow beings that will get involved with that. Wow, it's such a big subject. Links into aliens, links into all kinds of things, April. But that is my 25 cents, actually. It went deeper than 2 cents. Right. Okay, anyway, thanks for your question, April. I hope that's helped you. I really do. Okay. Kat, may I have to correct a question I asked earlier this week? Your pendulum gave a small yes. That was my fault. Don't blame yourself. I gave the incorrect month. Oh, I see. Did my daughter really have COVID in April, or was it false? Yeah, I remember, Kath. Sorry, what am I saying? People in Britain call themselves Kath. That's why I just automatically said that, showing what a Brit I am. Let's ask the pendulum again. I think it's going to give us a bigger yes this time. If it said yes, it's a yes, I'm sure. It's still not a massive yes, Kath. It's unmistakably a yes, and it's like the size of my hand. I'm holding my hand under it, and it's the size of my hand. So it's a big enough yes to be a yes, But yeah, not really massive there, What I feel is there was some kind of complication with it. Either that or it was a strain that was kind of less lethal than it might otherwise have been. But we know she's okay now, and we're thankful for that. Kat, thank you very much for that super chat. Really appreciate it. Very kind of you. Really. Okay. Oh, here we go. Hey, it was your question. Right. Great. When I was younger, I used to have more psychic experiences, I remember. Is it because I used to be a vegetarian and I'm not anymore? Thank you, Aria Song, by the way. Very much appreciated that. Very kind. People have been so kind on this session. Really appreciate it, guys. I really do. Right. Is it because I used to be vegetarian and I'm not anymore? I doubt it, honestly. Hey, I can only speak from my own experience. I was strictly a vegetarian for 5 years, starting from when I left the Air Force when I was 21. And when I was 26, I had a massive stroke, right? And I started eating meat because I was advised to, by doctors who weren't, just kind of trying to be normal and make me be normal and do the same as everyone else. These doctors, I had conversations with them, and they did actually tell me that it would be good to eat meat at least for a little while to sort of build up my strength, because it wasn't only having a stroke, my stomach was damaged by the medicines they gave me, and I got in a real bad way. And everything I do now, I do eat some meat. I love animals. I'd rather be a vegetarian. And I think it is a much more spiritual option and a better way of going through life. But, I do eat meat and it doesn't seem to be holding me back. The Native Americans have some very interesting teachings about this. There's a guy called Wally. Can't remember what his channel's called now. Something like Navajo Wisdom, something like that. But it's got Navajo in the title. If you can find his videos on YouTube, he teaches that the animals have their own spirit realm and it works very differently, and it was a real good teaching. Wish I could remember more of it. I'm going to look him up myself, actually. But yeah, find Wally if you can and subscribe to him, because it is the most wonderful, most ancient and deep and true wisdom that comes from Wally. It really is. So to go a bit deeper into that question, when you were younger, you used to have more psychic experiences. You see, as we get older, we kind of get used to it. Gosh, if I go back to when I was about 3 or 4 years old, preschool, very, very young, I was having experiences all the time, but it's a good example of this, I think, is how it changes. When I was maybe 5 or 6, I walked into a church and I saw the pipe organ and I was fascinated, and I started wondering what it would be like to press the keys and hear the sound coming out of it. Became obsessed with it. And I went home and I found I could play my mother's piano. And then at the age of 10, I was allowed to play the church organ. And I just found I could play it without any lessons or anything. I know that's a past life coming through. It happens very often with pipe organs and organists, actually. It happens all the time. We reincarnate like rabbits. We really do. Only rabbits can't play the organ and we can. And that was a big wow when I was 10. Now I can still play a bit. I'm paralyzed in one of my hands, so I don't play as well as I used to. I don't perform in public anymore. But I still play, and I still don't read music. I still don't know where the inspiration comes from, but it doesn't wow me anymore because I'm used to it. So I think you're still having quite a lot of psychic experiences, but I think the knowledge and the wisdom is coming and going. Over time. Thanks, Twainer. I did forget to hydrate. Let's do it now. Over time, things just come and go, like when a small child falls over and just has a very small cut on their knee, or maybe no cut at all, they'll cry really a lot because it's so painful to them, because it's the first time it's happened, or it's one of the first times it's happened, and the whole human pain system is tuning in. I can remember falling over as a small child, and a stranger very kindly carrying me all the way home, because I was in tears and it was so bad. And it was a little cut, I fell off my motorbike when I was 17, cut my leg open, and I got up and I limped to the medical center. I was in the Air Force, so I just went to the Air Force medic, and I just limped there, tore my whole leg open. But as an adult, I'd had pain before. I knew what it was like. Psychic experience is not at all painful. But if you see what I mean, they just kind of, they thin down, they even out. They're still going on. We're learning all the time. We're downloading all the time. But they don't need to keep introducing themselves, So that's why. Okay. But I'm sure you're in a powerful psychic space, hey. Hope that answers your question. That's quite a long one, that. Quite a stretch, but I did want to go into it. Cat Mama, how do you know rabbits can't play piano or organ for that matter? Well, they could definitely play it in their own way. We've all seen YouTube videos of cats walking up and down pianos, piano keyboards. And no reason to say that isn't playing it, no reason at all to say that isn't playing it. I hold my hands up. But what I will say, right, and I'll just be slightly technical about this, but the piano keyboard, which is, the same spacing on any keyboard nowadays, was developed by Mozart a very long time ago to be a good fit for the fingers. Before those times, it was any instrument like that was more like a carillon. It had wooden rods coming out, and you had to thump the rods for the notes. And having them that way, they're specifically designed for human fingers. So they can't play them the way we play them, but they can play them. Yeah, of course they can. Right. I'm enjoying this. We're getting some good questions here. Linda Bishop saw a rabbit play a banjo one time. Coolio, cool. And that's happened to me, actually. I've got a 12-string guitar hanging up just next to my bedroom window, which is open. And quite often, insects fly in the window. Moth's a really good guitarist, and it goes ding in the middle of the night. And wake up thinking I've got like a visit from the phantom guitarist. I don't know why that would scare me. Some good people I know gone to spirit who could play guitar, but they send moths in to play it for them. So I can well believe a rabbit could play a banjo. Anything is possible, anything, absolutely anything is possible. Lisa, thank you so much. Right, very kind donation, Lisa. I appreciate that. I appreciate all your work on the channel too. Here we go. Can I get this on the screen? It's the Navajo Traditional Teachings YouTube channel with Wally Brown right here. There's the link. Let's see if I can find that link. Wonder if I can copy and paste off that. I'm going to try and copy paste it. Oh, we've got it on the screen. There it is, guys. Okay. Yeah, the Navajo Traditional Teachings YouTube channel with Wally Brown right there. And there is the link. Okay. Difficult to suddenly write that link down, I realize. I'll try and get it myself and put it in the description under this video, but I can't recommend him highly enough. He's a very elderly Native American from the Navajo, and he speaks such amazing wisdom, and he just knows stuff because the Native Americans are real experts at all of this in a way I can only ever hope to be. In UK, it's our gypsy community, or Romany traveling people, that they really know this stuff so well. Someone once said someone needed to hide, and he wanted this lady to help him hide in a hotel, but she said, no, hide with the gypsies, because if you're in the hotel, I'll know where you are, everyone will know where you are, but if you hide with the gypsies, they don't know where they're going to be tomorrow. They just follow the birds, they just follow the rabbits, the animals, they go where nature takes them. And in our culture, it's them that have really got this amazing deep knowledge. They don't tend to share it with us, though. It hasn't been a good history here that way. But yeah, Navajo Traditional Teachings, it's an amazing channel. He really knows stuff. I talk about the afterlife, and I talk about the world we're in before we come to this life, in between incarnations. And I know what I know, and I've learned quite a lot from, mystics and experiences with spirit guides and angels who've helped me to learn these things. But Wally knows exactly what it is, It's an amazing culture. They worked out how to time travel a very long time ago, among other things, really. Yeah. And As Lisa says, he's an amazing fountain of Navajo traditions and spirituality. And yeah, very, very well worth your time to explore. Every time he brings a new video out, it's the first one I watch. You know, I don't think, oh, am I going to watch someone else and then watch him later? I don't even put him on my list of things to watch later. I watch him straight away because he's a gift from God. I'm not kidding. That's a hell of a thing to say, isn't it? But he really is in a big way. Yeah. Okay. Twain has a question. My husband woke up by his sister on the other side, touching his leg. I feel he has a strong gift. What do you say, Andy? Yeah. I feel that he has, actually. I feel that he's got a very strong gift. There's something he needs to do towards development, and it's not going to happen for a little while yet, okay? But he's on his way to it developing, and I'm going to pull an angel card because these all have kind of different topics on them. And this angel card, Twainer, is going to give us an idea of what it is that actually needs to develop around him and what he needs to do. But don't worry, he'll do it, okay? It is a strong gift, but even the strongest gifts don't come through fully in a way that the person knows what they're doing until the time is actually right for it. And yeah, here we go. Right, Archangel Azrael. This is the angel who's on the case. Archangel Azrael. Can you read that? It's so blurry in this webcam. Come on, webcam, focus. I know you can do it. Well, it's Archangel Azrael anyway, and she is talking about completion. And you see the bright shining pentagram in front of her there, that pentagram. That's the 5-pointed star. That's earth, air, fire, and water coming together under the top point, which is the auspices of spirit. So guides are working with him, absolutely for sure. Excuse me, she's got those pentagrams all over her headdress as well. So, you know, she's going to be bringing all that spiritual power a lot closer to him, but he needs to have some more experiences so that there's just no way he can kind of deny any part of it. I don't think he denies it now outright, but we can sort of half deny things to ourselves sometimes, can't we? For example, there's a ley line under my house. I know this for real. It passes under my cellar, which is underneath my kitchen. And I was down there one night doing some woodworks where I keep all my machines for woodwork. And I was down there and something tapped me on the shoulder really hard twice, scared the life out of me. But I spent a long time trying to tell myself it was someone playing a trick on me. Like I live in the middle of nowhere, there's no one else here, and it was really raining. I cannot believe that someone in the next village 5 miles away thought, let's creep down to Andy's house and tap him on the shoulder. But that's what I tried to tell myself for a long, long time. But it happened. It really happened, you know. And that was my way into physical mediumship, basically. Adrienne would like to have a card. So, Adrienne, we'll have a card. That's what we're going to do. Okay. Very wise question just to ask for a card, actually. And you know what, Adrienne? I'm actually going to... I don't often use this deck on the lives because I haven't really learned it yet. But not that one, this one. I'm going to use this deck, which you very, very kindly sent me across the pond. I love this deck. I use it for myself and I'm sort of learning it, but I don't usually use it on the lives. But I'm just guided to use it now. Okay. Thoth, King of Swords, letter 7 of Spades. Right. I reckon you'll know about this card, Adrienne. I really do. Thoth, Ancient Wisdom, something about writing going on with this. Doesn't actually say it on this one, but yeah, something to do with writing. Start writing things down, Adrienne. All right. I'm seeing a kind of a self-esteem issue here, you know, and I feel if you wrote down everything you know about something, and maybe that'll come to me in a second, if you write it down, okay, you'll realize the depth of your gifts. It'll remind you of the depth of the gifts that you have. Okay, now King of Swords, that's air sign energy, isn't it? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Big decisions to make. Okay, Adrienne, and you're going to make those decisions so much better if you can believe in yourself more, right? And it's not, yeah, certainly right in the way I was just describing it. Write about something that you know about. Remind yourself of the depth and the power of the knowledge that you actually have there. All right. But at the same time, there's going to be some writing needed. I feel a positive career change. And this isn't that you lose your job or anything like this. This is like a new job comes along and a new move in terms of career. And I seem to remember we were talking about that happening like about a year ago or something. But yeah, something going on with that. You're going to need to write something down. You're going to need to put something in writing to make that happen pretty soon. Okay, but King of Swords, it's an MF big decision to make there somewhere. So the best of luck with it, Adrienne. And thanks for everything you do here. I really do appreciate it. I was going to go with someone whose question was next to yours. Elizabeth Hayes, will I hear from my ex-husband Joe soon? Let's take a look at what the pendulum has to say about that. We've got late in the show, guys, but the energy is still flowing. It's just that it's after midnight in UK, so I might wind things down soonish. But let's do a pendulum on this one for Elizabeth Hayes. Will I hear from my ex-husband Joe soon? Giving me a small yes, and the question was soon, so it's a yes to soon. Okay, but I think we're a little while away. Let me pick up the cards and see what number comes. I'm going to ask for a number of weeks because it is soon. What we got for a number of weeks? Come on, come on, come on. It's this one. 7 of Pentacles, 7 weeks, Elizabeth. Looks like 7 weeks to me. But yes, it was definitely a yes from the pendulum there. Okay. Putting your dinner on, Sheila. Had to step away. Lovely. I wouldn't mind a bite to eat, actually. But if I don't go to bed soon, I won't get up in the morning. So unfortunately, I can't have a second dinner. I think I deserve one, but I'm not going to. I might have a biscuit or something. Maybe, actually, I will have a Triscuit. Adrienne sent me some Triscuits across the pond with that very deck there, actually. So I might have a Triscuit. They're really, really nice, actually, and they don't seem to keep me awake. Right. Aria Song would like a card. Let's go for that. Okay, card for Aria Song. And for you, my friend, we're going to use Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell again. Let's see what we get for Aria. The Crumbling. What are you clinging on to? This card is a bit like the Tower of Destruction, but it's much gentler energy than that. So there's no sparks flying or anything. And this building is separated quite naturally down the middle, revealing a really beautiful scene on the other side. But Ari, I feel you're like trying to hang on to the two sides of life, trying to draw things together. And you're doing it for the best of reasons, for really positive reasons. But just let go because better things are coming. Yeah, it just says, what are you clinging to? Oh, yeah, this camera's really not a good one for words on cards. But if you can make it out here, there's really kind of positive healing purple light at the top of this card. And there's turquoisey coloured lightning flashing as well. It's like beautiful lightning, not scary lightning, And the thing's already happened. Just be willing to let it go if you possibly can, Aria's song. I hope that's making some sense to you, my friend. I really do. And thanks so much for your question. Now, guys, let's pop this up on the screen. Thanks for putting this up, Lisa. Hey, friends, you can support Andy's spirit work. Yes, please do. Anything you do to support the channel really supports the work I do for spirit. And, that way, hopefully what goes around comes around and I can support you guys even better. But yeah, coffee.com/twig, paypal.me/Twig Brother, or via super chats or super stickers. And those two links to coffee.com, paypal.me are down there in the description below this video, as is my email address if you would like to arrange a private reading, 35and83@gmail.com. And if you saw my video earlier, I've had some kind of funny goings on around readings. But I think I've got it sorted out. But guys, basically, if you've got your own YouTube channel, and some of you have, make sure you've got two-step verification turned on. That'll keep people from sort of robbing your channel or making the wrong use of it. And as Stephen suggested to me earlier, actually, and I've done it, Have two-step verification on for anything you can have it on for. It really helps to keep the coast clear and protects you. Nobody wants to cook tonight, indeed. Yeah. All right, Stephen, let's have a go. Let's have a go. Wow. I don't do as much remote viewing as I should. I should exercise it more. I'm trying to remote view the space, right? House getting cleaner looking for it. That's part of the reason, actually. Yeah, you're going to find it when you're clearing out the corners. Obviously, just one corner, because there's only just one earring. You're going to find more than one earring, actually, because there are two corners in your house that when you come to clear them, you're going to find, well, you're going to find an earring in one. You're going to find something else of value in the other one, maybe another earring. I don't know. But the earring is in a corner. Now, as I see it, there's a room that looks like a kitchen. And it opens into another room. It's kind of in the middle of the back wall. And it's on, as you come from the kitchen into the room next to the kitchen through that door, it's on your left. It's in that corner there. That's what I'm being told. Now, my remote viewing skills aren't very highly polished. So with this, as with everything, unfortunately, I can't really promise it, Stephen, but I think that's where it is, okay? Step out of the kitchen, on your left, there's a corner, check in that corner. Somewhere down quite low, and it hasn't like fallen into a box or something. It's like lying on the, actually down, right down by the floorboards there. Maybe it's not floorboards, actually. It looks more like a carpeted thing with maybe concrete underneath it. But it's down low on the floor in that corner. That's what I'm picking up. Okay. Sam, make sure this is about the two-step verification. One is not your mobile number because scam people can clone your phone number. Yeah, fair point, actually, yeah. Yeah, there are apps. Go with something you're comfortable with as well. I would say that's really important. That sort of lets the angels protect you, lets the guides work with you. Okay. Lisa, it's never too late to ask for a... Well, it is. It's too late to ask for a card after I've clicked the off button. But I haven't done that yet. Okay. Wow, right. I was just drawn to pick up this deck. It's the box rather than a card. Okay, but this is the card. My guide said, read that card on the back of that deck. It is number 1 from the ancient tarot of Marseille. So there's ancient wisdom going on here. Le Bateleur. In other words, as you can probably see, it's the magician, right? So you've got all the tools you need and everything. And what I'm drawn to here, Lisa, is that the hat isn't making a complete figure of 8 there. It's partly disappeared off the card, but it's the, the two sides of the figure of 8 haven't quite twisted themselves together. So things are coming together for you, right? This is particularly around spiritual development. And within that, it's particularly around connecting to the afterlife. Okay. That is going to be improving, but have confidence. You have got the skills to do it, Lisa. You really have. You really, really have. Now then, okay. That wasn't the last message of the night. I'm going to go to Pamela, right? But this is going to have to be the last one, guys, because it's, gosh, it's nearly midnight in UK. And it's not like, I don't particularly want to go to bed. I'll probably watch a movie after this. But when I start feeling tired, I don't interpret my guides the same way. I don't read as well and as accurately as I otherwise could. Right, can you give me a message from one of your cards? I'm going to try, Pamela, and I think the answer's yes. Otherwise, I would have been guided to say no. What have we got here? Queen of Swords for you. Another sword card. Wow. Swords all about decisions. It's air sign energy, so things tend to be up in the air. And this might relate to someone in your life who would be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. The Queen of Swords, a very strict lady, sitting pretty on her throne there, but she is a powerful ally, Pam. Pamela, and she will actually help you as long as you've got a good plan. So, Pamela, whatever you're thinking about doing going forward, bringing change into your life, have a good plan. Write it down if need be. Okay. If you like, write it down and give it to the angels by setting fire to it. But do write it down. It brings it out of your subconscious mind onto the paper in front of you. But if you've got a good plan, the Queen of Swords shows that there's help there all the way, as long as you make a good plan. If your plan's full of holes or it's not going to lead you where you're meant to go, it's not going anywhere and it's not going to work. But Queen of Swords, you know, strict, but she will definitely help you. So there is definitely some help there. Okay. Pamela says, bless you. Pamela, you are very welcome. April says, thank you. I just want to answer someone now who said something a few posts back. Veg, hot dog and chips for you. Wonderful. Sounds wonderful. Right. Yeah, Marcia, I wanted to come to this because I want to be humble at this point, Marcia. OMG, Andy, don't think there is anything you can't do. I've got to be honest. I'm not the best guy in the world at this by a long way, right? And I'm very, very blessed to have spirit guides. They're the ones who make it really work, okay? And it's also you guys sending all this positive energy into here, really. I've got to say that because it's YouTube, it's entertainment as well as everything else it is. I like to keep it upbeat. I like to keep it showing. And I like to be someone you guys can watch and relate to and sort of enjoy the show. But it really is the angels. It really is the spirit guides. It really is, you know, the power of the Almighty, the Great Spirit that allows me to do this. And I'm eternally grateful for that. But with that, guys, right, I'm going to draw things to a close now. And thank you all very much for these super chats. It's been a great night on those. I really appreciate it. Back here on Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Time USA, which is 9 p.m. in UK. So a bit earlier for Sam, who's a real trooper staying up this late to be here with us. But yeah, thanks absolutely everyone. You've all been wonderful. Now, I want to finish with a very, very old prayer at this point. Actually, in fact, it's two very old prayers that go together. So I hope you'll join me in this as our spirit guides step back into that wonderful starlit universe. Our loved ones, our guides, our angels, they all step back because it's our lives now. Let's remember that they're always there. And let's use this prayer, which comes from the time of Queen Elizabeth I, Henry VIII's daughter. It goes back that far. Two of them. Okay, right. Almighty God, from whom all holy desires, all good counsels, and all just works do proceed, give to thy servants that peace which the world cannot give, that both our hearts may be set to obey your commandments, and also that by you, we being defended from the fear of our enemies, may pass our time in rest and quietness. And light in our darkness, we beseech you, O Lord, and by thy great mercy defend us from all perils and dangers of this night. In your holy name, Great Spirit, amen. And with that, friends, we'll draw things to a close. Thank you so much again. Hope I get to see you guys on Sunday. Take good care of yourselves. If you haven't been in the chat, if you've been watching the upload version, which is going to be available any second now, thanks so much for watching, whoever you are. Okay, be good to each other, friends. Love and light,